Today I'd like to show you some blue flowering wildflowers in neighborhood nature trail. And it is striking to see those deep blue flowers blooming. And so like three of them I found today, and which is the May 24th, 2022. And the first one is a spiderwort, western spiderwort. And this, for a long, long time, I thought that was the same thing as the Japanese counterpart, which is dayflower tsuyukusa. But when I looked at it, of course, species are different. And also the petal, the blue parts on the Japanese one had only two, top one, and the down one is green. But this western spiderwort had the three blue petals there. So yeah, it is different. And sometimes in the Japanese wildflowers and the American wildflowers, pretty much the species are the same, but most of them are different, completely different species. So I thought it was interesting. The other two are Penstemon and blue flax. Blue flax, I don't think you see in Japan. I'm kind of confused. I've been here for so long, and I think I saw it there in Japan, but I don't think I saw that. So blue flax and the penstemon, definitely penstemon, I don't think you see it in Japan. So it's pretty much very local to the wildflowers are local to the area where you live. So that's how precious they are. So this is a western spiderwort, Tradescantia, and this is very common at this nature trail, and also very striking blue that pops out. Mostly, I think early morning to like a noon time, the flowers are beautiful there. But I think toward the end of the day, it just become a little bit closing or whatever. You can buy this at garden center to plant in your garden also. It's very, very common plant that you can plant in the garden in the US actually. But there is, for a long, long time, I felt that I saw this in Japan and it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. In Japan, there's a very similar plant called tsuyukusa, a dayflower. And so when I looked at it, it is different. There's like only two petals. And the third one at the bottom is like a green color or whatever. So yeah, that was interesting. And most of the plants, are different from the country to country, I think. This is the flax. Also, I thought I saw this in Japan, but turns out I don't think it grows in Japan there. The flax is very, very common. Also, you can buy flax plants at the garden center, and you can plant in your garden too. So it's an ornamental plant as well. Um, so yeah, some of the flowering plants are very beautiful, especially this penstemon. The color is sky blue, light blue colors, and it's very striking. And in the spring, penstemon is, this is the one kind of penstemon. In Colorado, there's a lot of different kind of penstemon. And but this one you can see at the foothill to plains, not that common. Some locally abundant, but it's not that common. So Penstemon, I don't think you can see in the wild in Japan. Okay, so this is not white, but it is called white top. it's a weed. So actually, you cannot find in the wildflower book in the U.S. Because this is considered to be weed and it's not the wildflowers. But it's kind of a rampant, and it's when it's blue, tremendously wide area spreading all over, and it's kind of a striking sight when you see that. This is like a beginning of the scarlet grove marrow. It's not opened yet, but it started to open, start to show some colors, but I think a little bit later. This is Gola, and also this Gola is, wildflowers here. You can see at the garden center Gola, but this is a wild one, and it's very common. Stalkbill, flary, yeah. And this is something I haven't, I think it's too early to identify because the flower hasn't opened yet. This is the tambu mustard, the yellow flowers. It's not that pretty, but it's a spectacular, shapes and everything. It's a big weed flowers as well.